Greetings everybody, this is Leviathan here, and today I'm bringing the hype! Guys, this thing is happening so soon, next week. That sounds crazy to say. We've been approaching and waiting for BlizzCon 2019 for what feels like forever, but it is basically here. Whether you're going to be there watching live next Friday, November 1st, that feels weird to say. It's my birthday, by the way, shoutouts to me! Or if you'll be watching via virtual ticket, which was one of the things we covered in our last video that we talked about regarding BlizzCon. They gave us some of the details on virtual ticket. We still don't know what some of the in-game goodies will be, particularly for Diablo. All we had was that little hint that it would be wings of some sort. No preview, no picture. And today's information kind of goes in line with that. Things being discussed but not really being discussed, if you will. We have a lot of info that doesn't really tell us anything, and this is coming from both the schedule and the floor plan being revealed, and even we can glean some things from what's in or not in the Blizzard Gear Store, which was just recently updated as well. And just the oddities of this year's rollout of things. So we're going to cover a lot of different things. There'll be links to stuff in the video description if you want to check out any of these things that we showcase in the video for yourself. And then also, please hop into the comments and let me know where your mind is at with all this, fervor of info and craziness, because I want to hear from you guys. I want to see what you're excited about, what your predictions will be. Maybe we'll run some contests or something and see whoever was closest could get you something while I'm over in BlizzCon. I personally will be attending BlizzCon, flying out next Wednesday, and I'll be there until the Tuesday after the show. I'll be trying to give you as much coverage as I possibly can of all things that are occurring, the announcements via Twitter, so follow me on Twitter. That's Leviathan over there. I'll try to put some videos together and just live tweet, whatever I can do. As much as I can keep you guys involved and in the loop, I will. So without further ado though, let's discuss what we've got here. And what we've got here is like nothing. So the very first day is November 1st, Friday, and we have our typical opening ceremony. And these are in my time zone, by the way. It's Eastern, so over in California it'll be 11 a.m., which is pretty standard for the opening ceremony. Again, this is free for everyone to watch. So you don't actually need a virtual ticket for this. It'll be like on Twitch and wherever else streams are happening, maybe YouTube even, I don't know. But you can watch that. And the interesting and new thing this year is apparently these 4 panels, which all say coming soon, which is unprecedented, by the way. Usually when there's a panel, and I guess in the past it's sort of been when there's blank space, we can assume, oh, there's going to be something revealed. That's why there's that space allocated for nothingness. But now they're actually filling in the space, but not filling in details. So we have 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, and 45 minutes of panels, 4 of them on the first day with coming soon. A lot of people are looking at these and saying these are new game announcements or something major for them to reveal that they're hiding this. And if we go and fast forward to the second day, November 2nd, we have 2 more of these types of panels. We have another coming soon here in the early afternoon, noon 15 over in California time. And that's another 45-minute one. And then the same thing later on that afternoon, 3:15-ish. 45 minutes as well. What else could they be revealing on the second day? Usually they hit us with everything first day and flesh things out further on the second day, and like more deep dives into lore, Q&A, and things of that nature. In terms of the actual official, because you guys are mainly here for Diablo content, in terms of the official Diablo panels, we just have 2 of them. An artist at work Diablo panel, so you get to see some of the Diablo team work on some art. I guess it'll be interesting to see who they bring out for these, just to know who's sort of still doing Diablo stuff specifically from some of the developers and artists that we've seen in the past. And then there's another Art of Diablo panel as well. Both of these 45 minutes, both on the second day. So what's the actual speculation here, right? Let's first start with the schedule. We'll go to the floor plan after this. The things that can maybe be gleaned is that there have been some leaks. There have been some, I don't know how credible, so I don't really want to bring them into this too much, but there have been people that have been known to leak things in the past, stating that there will be Diablo 4 and Diablo 2 Remastered coming at this BlizzCon. There have been publications and advertisements from some, who knows if they're reputable, but things that have come out too soon, discussing Diablo 4 and whatnot, and maybe they're bad translations. Perhaps they actually have to do with Diablo Immortal, which, by the way, is keenly missing from any of this. I mean, there are no detailed Diablo panels to begin with, so you can say like, oh, that's just Diablo generic, Diablo the franchise. I would be hard-pressed to believe that there isn't Diablo Immortal presence at BlizzCon, because again, it's been a year since they've introduced it and then never said a word about it. You know, granted, the backlash and the reaction to it kind of makes sense that they're no longer mentioning the word or the words Diablo Immortal, because it would just lead to negative sentiment anyway. So perhaps their marketing campaign is to just release it. There's a rumor, by the way, that that game will come out this Friday. I'm recording this on Tuesday, October 21st, I believe. What is today's date? 21st or 22nd? The 22nd. So the 25th is maybe a targeted date, according to rumor and conjecture, for Diablo Immortal. It would be interesting if it comes out before, because that just allows them to clear the air, clear the way for whoever wants to get Diablo Immortal. Just download it, you know, the week before BlizzCon. We don't have to dedicate any like fanfare to it at BlizzCon. You're just gonna play it if you play it. Maybe it'll be demoed, and this is probably a great time to transition over to the map, which is another thing that was revealed earlier today. You can see that one of the new things they're introducing this year is the Blizzard Arcade, which is sort of like a dedicated demo station for everything that's not major. So a lot of old games here. Let me actually scroll this down because my head is blocking the way. But you have a lot of dedicated old games here. Blackthorn, Diablo 1, like the Diablo, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Heroes of the Storm. The Slaughter Cafe Inn is coming back for Diablo fans. This was, man, how many BlizzCons ago? I think 3 or 4 at this point. It was a really popular thing, sort of a connection spot, a place for people to hang out when they wanted to take a break, get off their feet, hang out. In past years, Diablo developers in particular would just come there to hang out for a little bit. You could talk. That was actually where I met Josh Mosquera for the first time. Had a beer with him. It was just really cool to like shoot the shit, you know, hang out. So it was a really nice spot for Diablo fans in particular to gather. And there was actually the ability to purchase alcohol there and things. So I think that'll likely be what they bring back here. A really nice spot to include within the arcade. So basically you just get to go here, play some games, kind of like a free play area. But what's noticeable here is this map has no Diablo presence outside of this Blizzard Arcade. And one thing I saw people positing is that they could actually hide brand new demos or, you know, stations dedicated to this brand new stuff that is yet to be announced and people are thinking will be announced in the arcade. There could just be demo stations like maybe Overflow or whatever. If you believe that this blank space, and here we are again with blank space at the Mythic stage, which is the main stage where all the opening ceremony and major announcements, all those what's coming next, coming soon panels will be on this stage. These are all here, and this is all blank. Last year, this was where Diablo was, and this was where Diablo Immortal was, and Diablo on the Switch. So this could be Diablo again. And maybe this time it's just completely blank because they don't want to give anything away or leave anything. I want to say leave anything up for speculation, but we are literally here speculating, of course. You can see the dedicated, you know, sort of major franchises have their stuff. They've got tournament stages, as we have had in the past for WoW, Hearthstone. Looks like StarCraft and Overwatch are actually sharing the arena this time around, which is particularly interesting because last year StarCraft had its own sort of stage here, but now this is a legendary stage. There's some demos, like dedicated demo space to these here, which I think makes sense because a lot of people are believing World of Warcraft's going to get an expansion. Hearthstone's going to do its usual thing with a brand new, I guess I hate to call it expansion, but a brand new sort of introduction of new cards, new mechanics and stuff that they always roll out for Hearthstone around this time of year. And then Overwatch demo, usually they introduce some new character for you to play, some new maps and things. There is a rumor out there too. I'm covering these loosely because, you know, it's not my wheelhouse, but Overwatch 2 is something that's rumored to be coming out. What that could actually be, it's hard to say because there is a full-fledged Overwatch esports league. They continue to make updates to the Overwatch game itself. So maybe Overwatch 2 is either some sort of, you know, standalone single-player game, a different take on the Overwatch IP, which it is a fresh new IP for them to leverage, or maybe like similar to Overwatch, but just for dedicatedly single-player missions or something of that nature. It's really hard to know. But to not bury the lead of Diablo stuff, I think it's fair to believe that, you know, this space is ours because there's just no Diablo space at all. The other spaces occupied here are for what have commonly been here in the past, which is the second floor, having a lot of these like portal pass lounges. This is a new thing here. Dark Moon Fair. This is where like a lot of people get their buy like collectibles. A lot of buying and trading goes on here. Got the actual store down here, which is a good time for us to branch into the merch store. These are the updates for Diablo for BlizzCon. 3 items, and we have the key art, which is the barbarian, like the old school Diablo 3 looking barbarian. No Diablo 3 insignia, just the barb. And I feel like the barb is the most generic and safe way you can go. You can see over my shoulders, we've had some things in the past. The Crusader, which was the expansion class in Reaper of Souls. Necromancer, when that came out, was one of the posters. So barb just seems very iconic of the Diablo franchise. So if you were going to have maybe multiple games or multiple projects being revealed, having a poster that sort of just generally covers things, you know, that could be a little lead in to that. It's purely conjecture, purely speculation. You know, none of this to really go off of. But yeah, I don't have too much for you guys. I don't want this video to go on for too long. And again, I don't know. We're going to find out in basically less than 10 days at this point. So what do you guys think? Hop into the comments. Let me know. Do you believe in Diablo 4? Do you believe in Diablo 2 Remastered? The thing to note with that is that Warcraft 3 Reforged is like still in the final phases of coming out, and I believe that the Classics team really only handles one major project at a time. So if that's their major project, it would seem it'd be really early for D2 Remastered, but they could just do like a, hey, we're going to do it, we're going to work on it, and that could be the breadth of a Diablo 2 Remastered announcement. Diablo Immortal, do you think that'll be actually talked about at the convention, demoed? There's no mention of it as a demo or anything like that. What are you guys hoping for? What do you actually want to see? Are you getting hyped for it? Are you scared? Are you tentative? Just let me know your feelings, because I'm feeling all of those things, to be honest with you. I just don't know, and so I'm trying to like just go in with no expectation, just a little bit of hope and positivity, and we will see, guys. We will see. I will continue to bring you any and all updates. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Whenever anything else breaks for news, I will come back and let you know. Otherwise, though, I think we're going to be in a little bit of silence time until BlizzCon pops up next week. And the hype is real, guys. Until next time, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you stick around for future videos. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Adios for now.